What's up? This is Rosie, and I finally have another book review. So this morning, I just finished a book called Hot Sext. Yeah, this gets right to the point. So, I first found this book last year on Kindle on Amazon, and I was so intrigued by the first chapter that I went ahead and bought the book and read it on Kindle. I have to be intrigued by a book to buy it on Kindle because I do not like ebooks, like at all. So, I finally bought it in paperback this year, a couple weeks ago I think it was, and read it, and I still love it. This book is definitely an erotic novel. It's dirtier and has more sex scenes than I've ever written, but it's still pretty good. It's a good story. The book follows Luca Girelli, who is from, I think it's Verona, Italy, and he is goaded into going to a couple's book club with his girlfriend Alicia, and they discover a book by this writer Ella Royal. And at first Luca did not want to go. He didn't like the idea of having to read and review a romance novel. He just thought they were all bullshit. But when he got into Ella's books, he found that the male characters were a bit like him. They called their girlfriends on their bullshit, but still loved their girlfriends. And the sex was rough and hot, which is something he never had with Alicia. And so he became obsessed with Ella Royal's books. Not just the first one, but all of them. He bought her whole catalog. And when he couldn't wait for the autographed copies to get to him, he bought them electronically and read them. He then became obsessed with the author herself. He found her on social media. He found that she was beautiful, and he was intrigued by her. So he started sliding into her DMs and sending her messages, and she would comment back. And when she saw him, she couldn't believe that this guy was not only reading her books, but sliding into her DMs and talking to her. She didn't even believe it was him at first. But then he had this video on his Instagram, and I think he was asleep with his shirt off, showing a very, very gorgeous torso with her book laying on top of him. So she was like, oh my gosh, this guy is real and he's talking to me. What does he want with me? So she started talking to him. She was curious about him. And with the first flirty message, she got kind of scared away, but not permanently. She kept going back and sending him messages after messages, and they would get hotter, they would get dirtier, and they would get more flirtatious, and he eventually brought her out of her shell until they could finally meet in person. And when they did, oh boy, the story is a sweet novel. It's a novella, actually. It's pretty short, but it's good. Francesca Penn is the author who wrote this book, and with the characters being an author and a man from Italy, it's easy to step into her shoes and see yourself in that part. As I said, the sex is rough, it's hot, it's daring, and it definitely holds nothing back. And it gets into the heart of why erotica novelists, as I said in another video, write the way we write, because it's our actual fantasies stuff that we see in our brains and we put it on paper and we present it to the world, and we're telling you, this is the stuff that I think about. Do you think this way too? And so I could really relate. Even her best friend is an erotica novelist. And her name is Frenchie. She goes by AuthorFrenchie. And, as an author, she goes by Frenchie, but her name is Etié. And she is so silly. She's married to a Colombian man. They have a son. It's just a really fun book to get into, and I can definitely see myself reading it again. This is my second time reading it. I've read Lobster Bisques and Berries by Olivia Gaines 3 times, and I've read Montana twice. This book by Francesca Penn is one that I've read for the second time today, but I can definitely see myself picking it back up again. When an author isn't afraid to write a sex scene, it really captures my attention. Just like with Kenya Wright. And Kenya goes a step further with including erotic illustrations in her book. And I have 3 more novellas by her that I want to review as well. And as soon as I can catch a couple of minutes by myself, I will do that. But I'm going to end this here, you guys. If you happen to see Hot Sext by Francesca Penn on Amazon, pick it up and read it. If you like erotica, just like I do, you will enjoy it. There are quite a few other books in her lists that I want to pick up, and as soon as I can, I will. But for now, you guys, I'm going to go. I thank you so much for wasting time with me. I love you guys very, very much. As always, there is a donations link in the description, and if you would click on that and help me out, support me, support the channel, I would really appreciate that. But for now, I'm going to go. Hope to see y'all on next upload. Bye for now.